Hi guys, welcome to my movie fan channel. My name's Tyler. Today's review is for Godzilla vs. Kong. This movie was a much anticipated film for me, despite my mixed reaction, I'd say, to the MonsterVerse and its previous installments. I think that has a lot to do with the current state of the film industry, and I was just excited to see a big blockbuster, kind of like Chaos Walking, although I've been a little slow to review that, but that will be coming on Friday, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and that just make sure that you are getting alerts to when I post a new video. I think that this movie is not without its problems. That being said, I think they did the best they could with the story of trying to bring these two big beast monster things together with some kind of weird history that they had, and they tried to make it look it was like a blood feud between two gangs of like the lizard and the monkey clan. And I was just like, this is kind of weird, but it was just really cheesy. And like the earth is hollow and King Kong is like floating through the air like he's Princess Leia or Mary Poppins. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? The weirdest thing though is that this giant gorilla had to travel to his hollow earth, ancestral land, and get the family sword of his monkey relatives to fight this giant lizard. And I was just like, oh my god, this is so corny. It's just some weird shit. But all the monster fights between Godzilla and Kong were awesome, and it looks real, and you're like into it, and you're like, oh, this is cool. And they even say like when they fight, they're like, oh, round two, and that was me at home. I was like, oh, I was getting all into it like it was a UFC fight. It was just really entertaining, and the fights, like I said, were well done. It was really good action. Everything with Mechagodzilla was friggin' cool. And that big fight at the end where it was like a WWE like handicap match, my cousin compared it to Goku and Vegeta teaming up to fight Dragon Ball Z villain, and I thought that was funny because that's the vibe you get. So I love Damian Bashir. He was Senior Bob in Hateful Eight, one of my favorite movies. So he's in a lot of great movies, and he's really hot right now. He was in Land, he was in Godzilla vs. Kong, and he was in Chaos Walking as well. And he's a really good character actor, and he was okay in this role. He was just kind of the mustache-twirling villain. But I think Charles Dance coming back, reprising his role from the previous Godzilla movie, would have been better. It would have been better for the franchise just to have a long-running villain that will eventually, culminate to being defeated, and maybe all the monsters can be at peace, or they'll find like a place for them or whatever. I just think that made more sense. He did have the Ghidorah head or whatever at the end credits of Godzilla, so maybe he sold that to Bashir's character, but still I'm like, damn, his presence was missed. I think it's a missed opportunity not to have Charles Dance back with how great a villain that he is. Millie Bobby Brown and the kid from Deadpool 2, they were really good. They were alright for what their character was, but they, acted the best they could. Rebecca Hall and Alexander Skarsgård were just kind of there. I mean, they're really good actors, but that role was like nothing for them. All the characters in these stories are just plot devices to move the plot along. And the only ones that get personality are seemingly the ones that they get the humor from. So in Kong Skull Island, I always bring up that was John C. Reilly, and he was the best character of that because he was funny, and you just get his backstory and whatever through his time on the island, and even that was kind of a plot device to have somebody there that could help them escape when all their equipment goes down. However, Brian Tyree Henry, who is an amazing actor, is the humor role in this. He provides the humor, he's the comedy stick guy in this. He's great, and I think that that's where they're good at characters. It's just having them be funny, and that's their only personality type, unless they are deaf like the girl in this. Like they just give them like one thing, and Tom Hiddleston's character was just like the tracker guy, and Brie Larson was the photographer lady, and they didn't have any personality. So it was just kind of like stupid how these characters were so bland, and then they have humor, and that's like the one thing that we can latch onto is his character was kind of funny, but everything around him didn't really make sense. How was he doing a podcast, and he's like, I'm undercover, but he's doing a podcast that he puts online, and they don't find out that they're letting their secrets out through this guy that's like a mole. Maybe nobody listens to the podcast, I guess. I don't know. It's not really clear. Obviously, Millie Bobby Brown does. But he's leaking information online, and he's got to be, like, promoting this podcast or something. Like, I don't know. It was weird. So let me know what you guys thought of Godzilla vs. Kong. I enjoyed this movie. It was okay. It's something you could just turn your brain off, watch a giant monkey fight a giant lizard, and it looks real, and you're into it, rooting for them to kill each other. So, like I said, I enjoyed it, but give me a thumbs up down below if you liked it, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought, what your opinions were, some things that you think they could have did better, if you're excited for future movies in this universe, if that's on the table, I don't know, but we shall see. I will see you guys in the next video.